All right. Hello and welcome on back to some Minecraft musings, the new era. I did a little stuff off camera, mainly getting some obsidian. I didn't realize I already had some diamonds, but I got more. And then I started harvesting lava from down low. And yeah, so now I think I want to go to the nether. I mean, we're up in the northeast corner, so I don't know where I want to put this. We've got kind of like a storeroom thing going on here, with a farm there. I'm almost thinking just like I guess it'd be three, just those two. Oh, hmm. Did not need to go that high. Okay, that's okay. We'll just reclaim. Um, hmm. It's just like, is it worth it going over here? Anyways, have some disturbing news. Sorry, the main reason I wanted to do a recording is because I just found out that Carlos Coy, South Park Mexican, is a child molester or predator, basically. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, I love his music. It is really entertaining, but now knowing that, like, because, and I think I briefly mentioned that earlier, I was just like, not sure, the extent of what his situation was. I just knew that he went to prison. Of course, he was doing a bunch of other things like drug dealing and, trafficking, all that, like, or at least like bragging about it in his music. And that's what was partly entertaining. I was like, oh, okay, like, people out there doing this nonsense, like, you know, the little things that I was doing, which is nowhere near what, anyways. So, wow. But I just really liked his music. It was really good music. But, and I just looked up the Wikipedia on him. Apparently, it was a 9-year-old girl in 2001, and then like two 14-year-olds. So, and for those that don't know about the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef right now, it's all about Drake and I believe a 14-year-old. In fact, let's look that up real quick, just because I don't want to be spreading any misinformation. Ah, okay. Um, Drake. Child endangerment plea? Oh no, that's Drake Bell. It was Drake's abuse case against himself was brushed over. Wait, what? Attempted child endangerment? I don't know what any of this means. I keep getting all these Drake Bell ones, so. Alright, never mind. We'll do. Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. Lamar raps. The track also accuses Drake of being a pedophile and having a daughter whom he has chosen not to father in the public eye. Okay. Alright, now we'll continue to. Let's see. So they were once good friends. Um, let's see. Wait. Dang it. Once we had friends. Uh, what? Said he had not taken the diss to heart. However, Lamar responded to this during the BET Hip Hop Awards ceremony's digital cipher. Nothing has been the same since they dropped Control and tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. I don't get it. Whoa. I mean, here, I'll try to ask a different question. How young was the girl Drake slept with? Spelled girl correctly. Groomed a 16-year-old child and waited until she was 18. Creepy, but not illegal. Um, it keeps going back to Drake Bell. 2 years probation for Ohio incident with teen girl. Again, like, now Carlos Coy, 9-year-old girl. That's concerning. That's a pedophile. But like, if Drake was just getting teenagers, anyways, it's all messed up, and I don't even want to think about it. But so, the solutions. Oof. Everybody needs to be corrected and saved because at the same time, Carlos Coy has been in prison for 22 years. I mean, it said he was eligible for parole October of this year. So I don't know how I feel about that. Like 22 years is a long time to be in prison. So I mean, 9. I don't know. Call me crazy, but it's not my issue. It's not my thing. Like I have no I have no say in all that. So I just think I would like to prevent all stuff like that moving forward. Like how do you stop it from happening in the first place? Because that kid's got to be scarred. Like 9 years old and having to take that on, that's not okay. Like I don't care who you are. I love his music, but Jesus, man, that's messed up. I mean, he needs to get messed up. I feel like at least a little bit. He probably did. I mean, that's a long time to be in prison, but but if he's got money, he could do those border villages, and kind of make some of that back. And yeah, I think that would be okay. Repay the debt to society, you know. And he was also like, I don't know. Texas is also such a very interesting and dangerous-ish place of a lot of crime. So, well, crack and coke and meth and all that, heroin, all the hard drugs, like the things that you really shouldn't be, those are the dangerous ones, like or cannabis and mushrooms and even pretty much psychedelics in general. But all the other stuff, not nearly that bad. Alcohol, dangerous, very dangerous. All right, let's see. So let's keep that with us. Oops, and leave this here. Don't need the diamond pickaxe. And it's in peaceful, so no gas are gonna blow it up. Let's see. I only have 7 anyway, so. Oh wait, we have some buckets? Yeah, let's try to get some, okay. I don't know, but the prison to community reintegration with like a hippie hut or a yurt or whatever, basically like a compound in a protected area, even for people like that. So as much as I hate crimes like that, like it used to be back in the day lobotomy, and I was just reading that that was like settled science, and that was like the best of the time. Like, well, this is just what you do for mental health. Like if they're having this, or this disorder or this issue, then just stick a needle up their nose and start scrambling their brain, removing small sections of their brain, and then you get like Shutter Island with what was it, Leonardo DiCaprio, where he's like going insane and yeah, lobotomize. Ooh, we already got some of that sand so we can use elevators and stuff, water elevators. Um, So I don't know. I mean, but the therapy should help everyone. People coming from war, veterans, like people coming from prison. And then, like, the idea of the border villages, and that's what I was gonna say is like maybe Carlos Coy could like redeem himself if he invested a ton of money in a bunch of border villages that would help people coming from all the Americas, Central and South America, that want to do work in the States and live in the States even for just a while or permanently, whatever, like every range of situation. And then, the big idea is to move it south, like to improve the health and the prosperity of Central and South America is really the goal. I mean, because then we wouldn't really have cartels and all that. Like, I mean, there just wouldn't be any initiative because it'd be like, you'd have a much easier time. Like, you would still party, have fun and everything responsibly, but at the same time, all this death and violence and, hardship when everybody could just have a nice, comfortable life, drive nice cars, have nice houses, help each other. Like, I'm still going to get into Habitat for Humanity. It's just like, I got my expectations a little more realistic now, which is good. Now I know that I'm going to be on wait lists for, volunteer projects. I did look into my company's policy. I get 2 days where I can, when it's slow, like I got to plan it out with my supervisor, but I can take 2 days off to volunteer and build houses. Specifically my house, possibly. Like I'm still a few years out from being able to afford something. But that's just me too. I mean, a single dad, like, it's pretty good. I'm okay with that. Like, renting's not the greatest, but, gotta be careful. I don't want to be overstretching myself. Anyways. I don't know, I just feel like it would really strengthen relations with all of the countries, like America and all the Central and South Americas, like everything, because we've really done some mess up stuff. I mean, not gonna lie, like even just watching American Made, like, stuff like that, where we now know, oh, I mean, trying to track communism and everything and end up doing so much worse stuff. And, okay. I need some stairs is what I need. Let's go get some of that sand. That's what I'm trying to do. Kind of. I'm not doing so good. Nice. So with this stuff, it'll launch you up in the water and it'll actually work as water elevators. Sorry, I have no idea about Texas either, so it's like kind of none of my business, but at the same time, I do have a relative that's in law enforcement out there, and like, yeah. And plus just general sympathy for all law enforcement. Like, at the end of the day, we're all people, and like, they got a job to do. Granted, the Nazis had a job to do too. No, I'm just kidding. But as the war on drugs at least becomes more sensible or draws to a close, we focus on treatment instead of imprisonment. A lot of that stuff's gonna be a lot better. Now, the attacks on kids, you really got to jump through some hoops to prove to society that you've repaid your debt for that. And so, I'd be interested to see what he's done. Because it was really good music. It was. Really trash person right now, I'm like thinking. So. Alright, then I got. Well, a few stacks, that's probably good. Let's see. And once I get Silk Touch, I can start harvesting that glowstone. Do have some quartz, that's good. Start doing pistons and stuff. I don't know, and I couldn't find it just now. I was like, spent a lot of time looking. I didn't see like the age of the girl that Drake supposedly. I've heard it was 14, which is still really young. And then that Andrew Tate or Troy Tate or whatever. I think it's Andrew Tate. Not Jesus. That's a kid I knew growing up, but no. No, the dude that's like. He's been in a lot of controversial spotlights and a lot of kind of right wing extremist stuff. And I guess he's had some controversy about being with a 16-year-old, which in England is fine. I mean, so I don't know. It's not here. It's definitely not. So 17 is questionable. Um, 18 through 22 is even questionable anymore, depending on how old you are. When you see like those 50, 60 somethings with like a 20-year-old, yeah. So, but who am I to judge? I also 9. All right. Anyways, let's focus off of that. Let's focus on. This is kind of a pretty. Let's see. How do I want to go about this? Like, I kind of feel like all the portals should be really high up, but for now, I mean, I should be like right here. Does that look about right? No. Yeah, here we go. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm just getting close. Looking for some other biomes. I just think like general affordable housing, energy, like all the costs of food production, localized food production, and making systems that can be replicated fairly easily anywhere. I mean, if slight adjustments to like elevation and temperatures and all that, because like even cooking in high elevation, there's things you need to take into consideration. So with different climates, different factors, like different available resources, you'd have to adjust your crops accordingly. But I mean, really, if you can get it down to a bunch of spices and stuff, you can make the same boring stapled stuff. Like, I don't know. Also, we're way off the map, I think. There we go. It's got some trees, some fungi. Let's see. That's what I was saying. Like Carlos Coy could do that. Like if he organized a bunch of like, Dope House Records, got a bunch of people to basically work on a bunch of border villages on the border that did like education training, you know, stuff like that, gave people a chance. I think we'd see a lot of different stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be like a day and night type thing, but at the same time, it's worth looking into. And worst case, what did you do? You built some nice places for some people to live. And I still think you need to ban alcohol. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, you can't like ban it, but heavily discourage it. Maybe have different areas for different age groups. So keep all the riffraff and the noisier stuff at one area, and keep the older and older, like the more serious, and then just have a heavy police presence there. And have them growing food, producing things, building things. Like, sky's the limit. Actually, I think I might go to bed early. It's kind of about that time. Having a lot of fun in this map, though. It's pretty nice. There we go. And we do have gold. And really, I guess, for a truly scalable solution for prison to community reintegration, you do have to take into consideration all offenses. Every single reason somebody would be serving time or repaying a debt to society, being punished. You need to make sure that there's a smooth reintegration with a very low chance of a repeat offense, like breaking more laws. Granted, yeah, 22 years. And as a child molester, like that is a hard rap. Like, I've got very little experience, but from what I've heard from people, that is not something you want to be in prison, especially for that long. That's so I don't know. I'm also being very careful with what I say because, like, if he could hear this and it's just like, you know, I'm sure he doesn't agree with it either, but he had to go through some things. So, anyways, let's again. I keep saying let's focus on something else. What are we even trying to do? Let's get some villagers. We need some iron. This might be a problem because I started using a bunch of the iron for pickaxes. So I can do it. Mm, uh, I guess let's try that. And then, so basically, I can use rails. Let's see. Wait, was there more iron here? Basically, I can use a minecart and rails to transport a villager over here. So we need a minecart and we need rails. So already with that, got that. Um, Actually, wait. Let's make as many. Okay. We're gonna go basically kidnap a villager from the village and bring him over here. As I'm talking about child predators and stuff, like, ugh. But no, basically we're gonna consider this like we're encouraging them to relocate to this new village, which actually wait a minute. I need to make some houses for them. Okay, never mind. Maybe we should do that first. Let's see. We're still kind of adhering to the subterranean theme. I started clearing out. Okay, yeah, maybe we should do that. This. Hmm. Oh, lagging a bit. I mean, they're actual houses in the regular, not that much bigger than this, but I'm carving it out. Might even make it like one more unit wider. Not trying to make a prison. Talking about that, I'm in the idea of that like people need to spend a lot less time in prison, but we need to have a lot more assurance that that sort of thing isn't going to happen in the first place. So there's some radical ideas too, and I actually took them off of my projects plan page, the link that I put in a lot of these videos, because like part of it was even like sex bots and like legalizing prostitution. And now follow me here. If it was allowed, then it would deter some of the targets of some of the victims in such crimes. Now, it's kind of weird because you're trying to like, reward somebody for not doing something that, that you're really against, like blood boiling against. And that's why like I don't even know if I want to work directly with these people, but some people will, you know, and like we can really assign what we want to do with that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But again, I think a lot of the stuff, like, cutting back on drinking, because I feel like drinking is still like, even if it's not directly related to it, like leading up to even harder drugs is often influenced by drinking in the first place. Like it almost always starts with alcohol. So even just reducing the consumption of alcohol, I believe, would reduce all these crimes, especially that. So I don't even want to know any more details about that. I'm kind of pretty upset. So, ugh. And I think I'd rather focus on, affordable housing, you know, normalizing cannabis use in society, like bookshops, lounges, coffee shops, even just public areas where you can just like hang out, safe transportation, cheap or free transportation, really. I mean, and that could be part of it too. Like as people get in trouble, they could, maybe they have to serve by. In fact, I know CSU does it with Ramride. If you have to do some community service, you can serve it through that, and like where you go and pick up, or at least you used to be able to, I think. But I mean, at least I know you can volunteer. But if it was forced, like I know you'd have to be careful and all that. But most people would, you know. But anyways, you're not even dealing with like the drunk people that Ramride usually is, like insanely drunk people. Um, yeah, it's bad. So I think people get more close to that, anyways. I mean, there's still a heavy alcohol presence, but I mean, a lot of people are shifting, and again, if there's less things to stress about, like less money worries, like for energy, food, and like goods, clothes, like if it was all cheaper, then yeah, like the little mini cities, the cities of the future. I really wish that zeitgeist or whatever. I guess the addendum is where that guy's talking about it, but basically, like making like these circular cities where everything's within walking distance, or like I guess 5-minute cities is like another buzzword for it, but it's like really efficient. Well, the Saudis were trying to do that too with like, what was it, like the strip or the mile? Um, I need some wool. Let's see. And some wood. I don't know. Should we make it like jungle wood? Drop off some of this. Ooh. Although, wait a minute. That looks pretty smooth. We have a lot of this, so. Okay. Alright. Hey, that takes 6 of the dang. Get some doors, some stairs. And then I need clippers. I guess we don't need all this other stuff. Hmm. It's really dark down here. Alright. So I got that, got beds, can make a house, then get a villager. Okay. Hmm. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, we got kind of the start, the makings of a house. I mean, hmm, there we go. Slowly work out the sides. I don't know. Enough trying to figure out all the world's problems. Sometimes it's just nice to build a house for a villager. And same within the real world. I try to build myself a house and other people houses. It'll be nice. Hopefully. And if I ever get to the point, like I said, they're on wait lists. So, anyways, that's time for this one. Ta ta for now. I'll see you in the next one.